Now let's move on to the program we have prepared to help you understand Tohoku University better. As I said, please post your questions to the Q&A box. When you post the questions, please add the name of the receiver so that they can be picked up more easily. Your questions will be answered in the Q&A box or the Q&A session at the end of the event. We'll try our best, but if we get many questions, we may not be able to answer all of them. Thank you for your kind understanding. So let us move to the session on the overview of Tohoku University. This session consists of two parts. For the first part, titled Introduction of Tohoku University and the FGL courses, Dr. Derrick MOTT, specially appointed associate professor, will make a presentation about our university and the future global leadership undergraduate degree courses. Dr. MOTT, please.
Thank you very much, Sakamoto-sensei. My name is Derrick MOTT. I'm a specially appointed associate professor here at Tohoku University, and today I hope to introduce you to Tohoku University, the general area of Sendai, and some of what it's like to live here, as well as the Future Global Leadership Program. So I'm a professor here at Tohoku University. I've been in Japan for about 12 years, and even so, my experience is limited, but I found it very enriching to study and work here, and I'd hope to pass a little bit of that on to you in my presentation today. So Sendai is one of the major cities in Japan. We are located north of Tokyo, about an hour and a half by Shinkansen, but Sendai City itself has an international airport. So we are freely accessible not only to any major city in Japan, but also internationally. Sendai is a very accessible city, and it's very easy to get here and travel about the country and internationally. The city of Sendai is a large city. It has a population of just over 1 million people, but even so, the city is very pedestrian accessible. We're not so crowded as a very large city. And for that reason, we are known as the City of Trees for our wide open and green spaces. And we're also known as the academic city because of the fine educational institutions here, including Tohoku University. Tohoku University has over 115 years of history and tradition. We were established in 1907 as the third Imperial University, and we are one of the top 7 national universities in Japan. We have a long history, and this year we're celebrating our 115th anniversary. We were founded on the principles of research first, an open door policy, and by practicing oriented research and education. This reflects our global reputation, where in the QS World University Rankings for 2022, we are ranked 82nd overall in the world and 5th in Japan, which is very prestigious. But we are also ranked 57th in material science, 83rd in chemistry, and 72nd in mechanical engineering, which are very good placings. And we also place in the top 100 many other areas of study. Tohoku University is also ranked #1 for 3 years running in the Times Higher Education Guide. Tohoku University is composed of 10 different faculties and 15 graduate schools. So no matter what you want to study, there's always a place to study it here in Tohoku University. There are approximately 18,000 students and just over 3,000 academic staff. And this is unique for a large university such as Tohoku University because the ratio of professor to students is quite high. You can easily approach your professor and get one-on-one studies with them, as opposed to other large universities where class sizes may be very large. So the ratio of professor to students is quite good here. We also have a very high international student representation at our university. There are over 2,000 international students as of last count in November of 2021, and we have students from over 87 different countries and areas of the world. There are many students from Asia at the university, over 88%, but we also have students from Europe, South and Central America, North America, Oceania, Africa, and the Middle East, among many other areas. So we have a very diverse student population here, very internationally minded. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are 10 undergraduate faculties or schools in the university. All 10 of these fields offer undergraduate degree courses in Japanese. But for 3 of these areas, there are specialized undergraduate degree courses taught in English. And these include the areas of science, engineering, and agriculture. For the traditional degree route in Japanese, the full range of undergraduate degree programs are available, and these are taught in Japanese. But you must keep in mind, for this program, entrance examinations take place here at the university in Japan, and they are conducted in Japanese. And for this course, the classes would start in April, along with the typical Japanese academic schedule. However, in the Future Global Leadership program, the schedule is a little bit different. The degree courses are taught in English, and when you apply to this program, you can take the admissions interview and tests online. So you don't have to be in Japan when you apply for the Future Global Leadership program. So that's a big difference between the FGL program and the traditional Japanese course. Now, as I mentioned before, the FGL program has 3 specialized areas in chemistry, mechanical and aerospace engineering, and applied biosciences and agriculture. And for each of these areas, we have a dedicated course. So for the chemistry science area, there is Advanced Molecular Chemistry, or AMC course. Mechanical and aerospace engineering offers the IMAC-U course. And for the biosciences and agricultural area, there's the Applied Marine Biology, or AMB course. And one thing to note with these courses is that their studies would start in October as opposed to April, so that the courses more closely match the international academic calendar. Now, to introduce you to each of these courses, we've prepared a short video to help you see the university and learn more about these areas. So let's watch the video, please. I hope that gave you a good idea of what the 3 courses in the FGL program are all about, and a little bit of what the campus looks like. So, to reiterate, for students entering the FGL program, they would start their studies in October, which that's a little bit different than the typical Japanese academic program. But you will start in the beginning with liberal arts subjects and studying Japanese before slowly transitioning into your specialized subject and your research. And one unique thing about the FGL program is that for all entering students, we offer a pre-enrollment education where you can take a 1-credit course to become acclimated to university studies and university life as a transition from your high school studies into the university. And that's a little bit unique about the FGL program. So, how to apply for the FGL program? Typically, you would start in January with your general application process. The first stage screening will be released in February, and then in March would be the second stage examination. And finally, in April, successful candidates are announced, and you can begin your admission procedures. Information for this has just been released to the FGL website, so you can freely find the information for the next application process there. You can find the information at the link in the bottom of this slide. And when you apply for the program, you may wonder what exactly is required. Now, whether you are applying for AMC, IMAC-U, or AMB courses, you must submit an official English test score, either TOEFL or IELTS, and you must also take standardized examinations. Now, for AMC and IMAC-U, you must submit scores in mathematics, physics, and chemistry. But for the AMB program, it's a little bit different. You must also submit examination scores on mathematics, but you can choose between 2 different science subjects among chemistry, physics, or biology. When you come to the university, the cost of living will be a very important point for you to consider. So we've created an estimate for how much you can expect to spend in your life in Japan. So for housing, we estimate about 30,000 to 60,000 yen per month. Food, you could spend 30,000 to 40,000 yen. And then, of course, you want to have your leisure and other activities, which would cost about 2 man yen or 20,000 yen. And if you add that to the amounts for admission to the university and for tuition every year, the cost of living would be just over about 1 million yen. And if we convert that to USD, that's just under about $15,000 total per year. If you compare that to a comparable university in the United States or in other countries, you would expect to spend about 35 to 40,000 USD per year. So it's much more economically feasible to attend Tohoku University. The cost of living is relatively low here, and the university costs are also very attractive. But of course, we don't expect you to bear these costs just by yourself. There are many prestigious scholarships and grants that you can apply for. And of course, maybe the most desired and prestigious is the MEXT scholarship. This is very nice because it will give you a stipend of 119,000 yen per month during your 4 years of study. Your entrance fee would be waived, and your tuition would be waived. But MEXT is very competitive, so not everyone can get it. However, we also offer the President's Fellowship and the Honors Scholarship for privately funded students, and these are both very nice for helping you meet your financial needs at the university. After you graduate from the university, the vast majority of students will go on to graduate school, either at Tohoku University or abroad, for example, in Cambridge, MIT, or other Ivy League schools. Or students tend to transition into industry positions, for example, working at top companies such as Tokyo Mitsubishi, or Toyota, Nissan, Hitachi have been very popular for students to begin their employment with. Whatever path you choose, we hope you find success in your studies at Tohoku University, and we hope to see you here at the university in the next academic year. I hope to have given you a brief overview of what life is like in Japan and Sendai, what the university is like, and some of the key points for the Future Global Leadership Program. I hope to see everyone here at the university soon. And finally, we have some links for you, some general information. If you have questions, I will be available in the question and answer session to help answer them. But you can find general information at the Tohoku University website and follow some of the links below for the specific course information. Thank you very much.